Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Graveyard tonight on a cold Melbourne night for the Nunawading Spectres taking on the Frankston Blues. I'm Mark Hallett. Tonight with me, Damien Arsenis from Frankston. Welcome, Damien.
Hey, Mark, how are you? I'm looking forward to it. It's good to be here at the Graveyard. Of course, I've been hanging around Frankston Basketball Stadium most Saturday nights, or in the case of the last week on Anzac Day Eve as well, but during a Saturday I'm pretty much here.
And how was Anzac Day Eve game?
Oh, it was a great clash. Full house at Frankston too, which was great to see at NBL1 to tip off the round. But in that game, of course, for the women, the Rangers were just too deep and too strong for the Frankston outfit. But it was a great game. With Steph Reid was certainly one of the absolute standouts. 28 points for Frankston here on court tonight. And she did a bit of everything. Could have easily had 15 assists if the open shots had gone down. But, of course, on the flip side, the Rangers, they were led by Beck Cole, and what a season she's having.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Frankston girls 1-4 so far to start the season. How have you seen their first 5 games?
Look, they don't have the depth of other clubs. It's quite obvious. And the win they got was over a Geelong side that was missing 2 Australian Opal squad members in Ezzy McBeggar, who just got drafted to the WNBA, and Zatina Alcuso as well. They were both on duty, so they were missing those 2 players. But to their credit, Frankston took advantage. Frankston's also missing one of their imports, and it's their returning MVP from last season, Sharisha Richards. And she gives them nearly 20 points and 10 rebounds a game.
And where's Richards at?
She's currently playing in Spain.
Yep.
A bit like Dan Tristan, the man. He's currently playing in Spain, and he's got a couple more weeks like Richards does before they join their teams. Okay. And Frankston's also awaiting the return of one of their favourite daughters in Courtney Wilkins from college as well. So she's expected back within the next 2 weeks and will certainly bolster their front court, and Richards, of course. So we see the veteran Tegan Fowler, 30. Oh, well, actually, I won't say it. I'll get myself into trouble. Tegan Fowler, of course, has had a great career at WNBL level as well, and certainly gives them some size and experience, because the Blues are one of the youngest teams in the competition as well. But having said that, Nunawading, Mark, I believe, is quite a young team as well. Yeah,
quite a young team. A lot of new faces this year. Brought in the 2 girls, Roe and Pizzy from Dandenong, been great additions to the team, along with Chelsea D'Angelo. So yeah, not too old themselves, but are led in the maturity by Chilcott and Shear, both from Hobart originally, and Izzy's been here for a couple of seasons now, and Kathleen made the jump this season. So they're gelling well, and 3-2 now, but I expect Coach Paul Flynn to really want to make that 4-2 by the end of the night.
Certainly, and you mentioned Dandenong WNBL. Well, there's a host of players that have come through the Rangers program at WNBL level. You talk about Pizzy, you talk about Antonia Du, you talk about D'Angelo, spent some time there, but you've got Steph Reid, Saray Taylor on the other side as well, that were development players at that program during the last summer.
Yeah, absolutely. So starting for Nunawading tonight, we've got Chelsea D'Angelo, Rachel Antoniadu, Izzy Chilcott, Rebecca Pizzy and Kathleen Shear. And for Frankston, we have Steph Reid, Taylor Lee, just trying to see the numbers there, Joanna Smith, their import, Saray Taylor, and
Tori Jackson.
Tori Jackson, thank you.
That's all right. So it's great to be here at the Graveyard tonight. Always a good venue to play basketball at.
Bit of a smallish crowd at the moment, but we expect it to fill up. Domestic basketball has gone back today for the new winter season. So many people will probably still be playing their games and make their way down after. And we're away. Steph Reid with the retrieval on the out-of-bounds line there.
Lee. It's in Reid's hands. She's going to work. And there you go. First bucket of the game is Steph Reid. And Mark, Reid's going to get those kind of shots quite frequently tonight. Most guards in the competition haven't been able to stay in front of her, and really it comes down to Nunawading limiting the rest of her team.
And straight away, Nunawading going inside to Kathleen Shear there. Decided height advantage over Saray Taylor. I think Nunawading will need to look inside and really expose the undersize of Frankston here.
And that's a 5-second violation.
Very quick 5-second call there. Good defense by Frankston though.
So Saray Taylor's been doing a mountain of work for the Blues this season, playing as an undersized centre. So we see Lee get inside. Lee will hate me saying this, but she was minus 36 last week.
Oh. Pizzy for 3, and it's good. Kathleen Shear with the early assist after last week having, I think, 8 or 9 herself out of the post. A very good passing big.
Jackson fires from deep and gets it to go. An immediate reply.
Toe on the line, just the 2.
Ah. I'll take that back.
Antoniado out on the wing. Gives it to D'Angelo. Kicks it into Pizzy with the nice catch and drops it in.
Some nice action off the ball by the Spectres to create an opening inside the key.
And you mentioned Steph Reid with her 28 on Thursday night.
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. Nunawading's game plan will really be to shut down. Will it be to shut down her or everyone else and accept that she'll get her 20 odd and I hope that everyone else has an off night.
Let's take down on Eliza Chilcott.
Izzy Chilcott picking up her first personal there.
Frankston with the ball on the side.
So I kind of feel like the key for Frankston tonight isn't so much Steph Reid, because she's going to get her 20 odd. It's her teammates, which you sort of alluded to. And I'll read through that one out. The lady that's picking it up now, Joanna Smith, she's going to be so important for them tonight. Hasn't really been able to get going consistently so far since joining the team. A former teammate of Steph Reid's at the University of Buffalo.
And what was her career like at Buffalo?
Oh, she's a sharpshooter, mate.
Yep.
She's a sharpshooter. So certainly look for her to try and fire it up from deep.
Saray Taylor with the good defence on Antoniado, but gets it back. Shear with the big rebound over Taylor. Goes inside and makes it count.
And she's had an impressive season so far for the Spectres, and I think if they keep going to her tonight, the Blues are really going to struggle to guard her. Smith, kick out. This time it's a 3. Toe was behind the line that time.
Toe was behind the line, and that's 2 from 2 for Jackson.
That's a very good
start. It's a good start. Reid will be happy that someone else is picking up some of the slack.
Well, Jackson does have the range, as we see a pull-up J missed by D'Angelo, but she gets it back.
Works it inside to Shear, drops it over to Pizzy, and good hands by Lee there. And good hands back by Antoniado. Inside to Shear, drops it off.
Great ball movement by the Spectres.
And we've got a shot clock reset to 24 instead of 14. Referee's just conferring.
But just coming back to that last offensive set by the Spectres, they're doing such a good job of creating space for Pizzy to dive in.
Yep.
And they've found her every time.
D'Angelo from deep. Can't get it to go. Shear with the rebound again. Just the longer arms will really make strong moves. Saray Taylor is in for a tough night.
Look, she'll battle bravely.
She will battle, yep.
But she's certainly outmatched in height and a bit of size there.
Spent a couple of years here at Nunawading in the youth league and as a development player in the former Siebel team, and hits the lovely 2 over the outstretched arm of Rebecca Pizzy. High-paced game to start here. Nunawading and Frankston all tied at 9 apiece. 4 minutes played. Pizzy inside with the little left-hand hook. Gets her own board. Goes again. Can't get it to go.
And a good box out by Smith to pull that one down. And that's what you will get from Smith. She'll battle hard. Even though she's a shooting guard, she's probably going to play small forward for most of the night. Oh, lovely little 2-man action there, but Taylor lost the handle. Now it's Antoniado. They double team Shear inside. Pizzy on a nice little pick and roll. Taylor did enough to change the shot, but they get another opportunity. And it's Shear with the mid-ranger.
Good screen by Saray Taylor there.
But high percentage shooting early on. We see Reed get inside and draws the foul on Antoniadu.
And Coach Jess May's recognised a bit of the height issue, giving Saray Taylor a breather. Tegan Fowler comes into the lineup. And in for Nunawading comes Tessa Boyd. Replacing Izzy Chilcott for a breather.
So Reed makes her first. She comes in as the leading scorer for the Blues, both in points and assists, in fact. And now we see the youngster, Erin Riley, fresh off an Australian under-18 championship win.
Yep.
With Vic Metro. And she had a really encouraging debut against the Rangers. Came in, was a spark plug off the bench with 7 points. Her first shot that she made was a three-pointer, so certainly expect her to put it up.
Frankston going into a 2-3 matchup zone here. Good hands by Reed.
Pizzy had a very deep position on Fowler then. They just couldn't quite get at the ball. Shear dumps it off. D'Angelo, step back.
And the friendly roll drops. We calibrate the rings like that for our team.
They've always been good shooting rings here at Nunawading. Reed gets back door. Tipped out.
This will be a good matchup for Tessa Boyd. See what she can do against Reed. Reed very quick. Boyd will need to be on her game.
Riley immediately shoots the three. Gets it to go. And it's the visitors. The Blues are up by 1. Certainly she's not lacking any confidence, is Riley.
Good drop off by Boyd to Pizzy. Can't get the basket to go.
And the Blues had a lot of trouble guarding that against Dandenong as well on
Yep.
Wednesday night, guarding the two-player game.
Yep.
And of course, Beck Cole took full advantage.
When you've got a good big like Planeta for Dandenong, you go to her more often than not. Busy with the first. We've seen Frankston change from the man to the matchup zone. What does Nunawading need to do here to stem the flow of points from Frankston? They've hit a few from deep, 2 threes and a long 2.
Well, I personally think mixing it up against Frankston will actually throw them off their game. I think a number of other teams have done that successfully. But the Blues didn't shoot the ball well on Wednesday night, but tonight they seem to be doing well as Lee hits a 3 from the top of the key. Now, on Wednesday night, only Reed and Riley looked like they were going to hit. But so far, they've had a few players.
Boyd with the nice pull up from the short corner. Sarah Slater coming into the game for her first minutes tonight.
Fowler, the veteran.
Can't get it to drop. A great spin move there.
And Shear comes away with it. That was a nice move. Showing the youngster how to do it.
Just roll that shoulder over.
Riley gets a deflection.
Substitution Frankston. Out to Jackson. In Taylor.
So Taylor comes in for Jackson.
Reed really hassling Antoniado up at the ball.
Well, Reed's a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, playing for Buffalo. And it's going to go Fowler, finding her way to the basket. And she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. But if you notice with Reed, her eyes are darting the whole time.
Yep. She's got most of the players covered for pace out here.
Certainly the intensity is high. It's been a really free-flowing game. Right now, both teams are shooting better than 50% from the field.
Fowler makes the second. Frankston back in the lead, 18-17, 3 minutes here left in the first quarter.
In fact, Frankston's shooting 7 of 9 from the field. Nunawading 7 of 13. Had more scoring opportunities. Good ball movement by the Spectres.
Spin move by Slater, can't get it to go over the outstretched arm of Fowler.
Mid-range jumper. And Reed draws a foul. But you notice there, it's not just pace. Reed's got the change of pace and the hesitation. And she uses that to her advantage. Both teams have some changes. Lee steps out for the Blues. Smith comes back in. I didn't quite catch the change.
Chilcott back in and Antoniadu out for the first breather.
So Reed makes them both and puts her side ahead 3 points with just under 3 to play in the first. Some extended pressure by the Blues.
Kira Rowe stepping onto the floor as well.
We go straight back inside, trying to muscle in. Broken play, shot clock's going to run down. So we've just got 1 second on the shot clock. It's going to have to pretty quick catch and shoot or even a tip in here.
I reckon it's going to be very, very quick 1 second here.
Oh, what a play on the inbound.
Counts, well done, Kathleen Shear. Good recognition there by Izzy Chilcott. Uses the height advantage, gets it up high.
In that situation, you have to body up in the paint, and the Blues didn't have any contact on Shear. Reed tries to flip it up, but Taylor gets the offensive rebound.
Nunawading a bit out of sorts here on the defensive matchups, leaving Reed wide open on the three, but Frankston can't get her the ball.
Oh, Fowler was way off. Now it's Chilcott. She dumps it straight back into Shear, and this time she's wide. Riley gets her hands on it, and we're going to have a held ball. Now this is a big substitution for the Blues. Millie Ivanov is seeing her first minutes of the season.
You told me I wasn't going to have to learn that. But good on her. Let's see if she can...
She comes in for Fowler. Yeah, she's been sidelined to start the season with an injury, so she's managed to shake it off. She was nearly ready to play Wednesday.
Tessa
We
Boyd
see a
from
long
deep,
three.
and we've got a foul.
There's a foul under
Off
the
the
basket.
ball.
I think it's going against Taylor.
That's going to be her. That's her second early foul. And on cue, Jackson's going to come back in for Taylor.
Riley takes a break for Lee as well. There's no way you're going to risk Taylor when you're so thin in the front court.
And that does, I was just about to say, that leaves Frankston very thin. Thankfully, Shear has gone off, so Nunawading isn't quite as tall at the moment with Slater at the 5, but Pizzy at the 4. Chilcott with the nice move off the on-ball and makes the 2 drop.
It just all opened up for her there. I'd actually like to see the Blues go to some full court pressure now that they've got their smaller lineup on the court. Ivanov, her first touch. It's long.
Good rebound by Jackson.
And Lee will kick it back out to Reed. Shot clock's down to 5.
Reed will have to take this.
Spins, throws it
Long
up.
arms of Pizzy. Slater running the break, gets to the top of the rim. Good drop off to Pizzy. Catches it in run and makes it count. Lovely drop off.
That was a lovely pass to Pizzy.
Nice composure there by Pizzy.
So we're inside the final minute of the first term here at the Graveyard. Nearly picked off. But Reed fires from the wing. It's long. And it's Pizzy cleaning up. Oh,
Great
good
hands there, great hands.
Ivanov with the touch.
Nunawading needs to improve their communication.
Kick out. Good movement by the Blues. Finds Smith in the corner for 3.
Slater needs to box out there.
Big offensive rebound.
Good block by Pizzy. Nunawading looking to hold it for the last 10 seconds here.
That wasn't a good shot by Lee. They would have been able to have the last possession.
Yep. In the corner for Kira.
That's her spot.
That's going to be short.
going to say that's her spot. She made a living from there. But it's quarter time. And it's Nunawading Spectres, who trailed by 3 just moments ago. They turned it around very quickly and take a 3-point lead into quarter time.
It struck me in the last minute or so. Frankston looked a little bit rushed. The game got a bit more open and free-flowing up and down, and their decision-making went a little bit poorer in that last minute.
Certainly did, but credit to the Spectres. They managed to fight back very quickly and showing their firepower as well, just to rattle off 6 quick points to retake the lead. Yep. Just running through that. Beck Pizzi, she's the leading scorer of the game. She's got 9 points and 3 rebounds. She's got 8 and was really dominant in the opening minutes. And for the flip side, the Blues, Steph Reed's got 6, Tori Jackson 5, and Reed's also got the 3 assists as well. So again, a really highly entertaining first term.
Yeah.
High shooting percentages. Frankston's just dipped a little bit down to 42%, but Nunawading's still shooting at 52%. So
what's Coach May going to do here with Saray Taylor on 2 fouls? Does she put her back in and risk her and give her that responsibility of not picking up the third, or does she sit for most of this second quarter?
I think she's going to play. For Frankston to win this, she has to play.
Yep. And
she's just going to have to be a lot smarter. And if she needs to step off and not give a foul away, you just got to do that for the better of the good. It's better to give up 2 points once or twice than risk losing one of your only big players.
Absolutely. Yep.
And a quality player at that. They just can't afford to lose her. But having said that, they need to play her or they don't have really much of a chance tonight.
Absolutely.
But for me, particularly when they go small, they need to probably pressure a little bit more. I like to see they're a very quick team.
Yep.
And I like to see them when you've got players like Smith and Reed in the backcourt, putting the Spectres guards under pressure, not taking anything away from them, but I think that might be one of their best chances.
Well, we saw her a couple of times early on in the first quarter there, a couple of quick hands, deflections, interceptions, and a couple of steals to go with it, so you're spot on there.
But if I'm Flinny, I'm sending the ball straight back into the post.
Nunawading staying with the same 5. Kathleen Shear starting off, Antoniadou starting off, and D'Angelo off.
Reed, she loses the handle. They either go straight back into the post or a little 1-2 action again, because that certainly worked for them. Pizzi wide open, deep seal on Fowler.
Nice, and the lovely little left baby hook.
Just a lack of communication by the Blues defensively.
And as we say that, she's already coming back to the substitution bench for a check back in.
Smith. Long 2. And it's the Blues coming away through Chilcott.
Pizzi had a bit of a quiet start to the start of the season, but in the last couple of games has really come into her own. Just think she needed that one breakout game, the 20 and 12 or whatever she had, and.
But unlike last season, she's probably got a few more pieces around her as well, and a deeper team. And if you look at it, you've got Shear, Pizzi, Antoniadou, D'Angelo herself. They're all averaging over 10 points a game, or thereabouts. So. It's that scoring depth that's really going to cause troubles for other oppositions this season.
Yep.
Whereas if you look at the Blues, they've really only got Steph Reed and then Smith in the scoring department. So until Richards arrives, I really can't see that changing too much.
How many more games does Frankston have before Richards gets here? Good look up ahead, though, by Reed. And Smith with the finish.
From my understanding, it's at least 2 more weeks away. So it could be another 2 or 3 games.
Is the season too far gone by then? And that'll be game number 9. So we're halfway through. And you 1-8, 1-9 at that point. It's going to be tough to make the playoffs from there.
It certainly will, as we see that young lady you were just talking about before.
And Nunawading's outstretched the lead here to 30-22 early in the second quarter.
This is a danger scenario for the Blues. They need some scoring from that lady, but you see the movement off the ball is very stagnant by the Blues.
As Jackson hits another long 2.
Well, she's on tonight.
Coming in only scoring 20 points for the season. I think she's already got 8 tonight.
Well, she's certainly been on target from deep, but finding her spots nicely. Rowe. Boyd going head-to-head with Lee.
Nice drop off.
2 points.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry,
nice,
mate.
No, nice handoff. Jackson goes inside this time. Pizzy changed her shot.
And it's one thing for the Nunawading guards to find the big inside, but Pizzy's got to really get that position, and she's reading the offense well, finding the spot and being rewarded by it.
And she's doing it without fouling. And she's done a very good job of pushing that player driving to just about behind the backboard as well. Makes it very, very difficult.
Looks inside to Shear. Kicks out to Boyd on the wing. Shoots from deep. A little bit long.
Big rebound by Smith.
Riley won't hesitate there.
This time it rattles out.
It's a nice looking technique.
Oh, that's where she hit it earlier, but this time she was another foot or so behind the arc.
Shear gets it deep.
And that's going to be a foul on Jackson.
On Bora, actually.
Oh, Bora. So the 17-year-old picks up foul number 2. Or have I got that wrong too? No, I think it is foul number 2. No, it's foul number 1.
Good hands by Reed on the ball there on Boyd.
She has
Kick
Lee
ahead
up the
to Lee.
court.
Easy 2. Tessa Boyd getting the court a little bit in the corner there. Needs to get it out quicker.
So Nunawading has a real opportunity. I know the Blues scored a breakaway. They have a really good opportunity to put some distance between them and the Blues right now. Shear just tried to do a little bit too much and threw it out of reach. Pizzy was still creating contact in the post. Wasn't able to get to the pass in time.
And Frankston just staying in touch here. Back to 6-point deficit.
Feels like deja vu right now. This seems to happen every week with the Blues women finding themselves down a little bit, and they just chip away, hang around as Bora fires from the corner. That's an air ball. She's more than capable here. Shear with a big seal on Bora. Bora can't let her get that deep into the paint. It certainly is. The 17-year-old's a bit oversized there. Outmatched. There's Riley.
Nice drive. Just
Can't
couldn't
get it
go.
to drop. Yes. Gets it back. Shot clock's running down to 4. Reed.
Lovely drive by Reed.
So it's back to a 6-point game.
Frawley from deep corner. Caitlin McLaughlin coming in for the first time tonight, replacing Rebecca Pizzy with her 13 points and 4 boards. And Coach May's gone back to Taylor in the middle.
Yep, and Reed takes a well-earned break.
I think Nunawading's got to really look to work at nice give and go there by D'Angelo and Shear. With Taylor on 2 fouls and Shear still on the floor, I think Nunawading would be well advised to keep going inside.
I think that's just the theme of the night for the Spectres. They just want to go inside at every opportunity. And again, the 2-player game's working for them. Yeah, the 2 bigs for Spectres combined for 23.
Gets her own rebound and makes it. Why make the 2 free throws when you can do that?
But I was just saying, Pizzy and Shear have combined for 23 of the 35 points. So there's your theme. Smith.
Taylor needs to keep her hand out there on the rebound. Chilcott drives, spins, kicks to D'Angelo. And that's foul number 3 on Taylor. That hurts Frankston.
And that's not what you want if you're Frankston. So Taylor's going to immediately check out with foul number 3. Ivanov steps back in. Lucky she's come back from injury tonight, because I dare say she's going to be playing a lot more minutes than she was probably expecting.
That's a better shot by D'Angelo. Nunawading now taking it out to a 9-point lead. 37-28, 5 minutes to play in the second. And 2 for 2.
So it's an interesting lineup for the Blues with Reed sitting down. Ivanov playing her first minutes. Bora, the 17-year-old, just hands it off to Lee.
Riley from the under-18s.
Exactly.
Very young. Nice drive. And good finish by Bora.
So
The kids don't look out of place on court, though.
not at all
Some talented youngsters.
on both sides.
Chilcott for 3. And it's good. Nunawading's experience just starting to pull away a little bit here.
Nunawading might be a youthful team, but there's some serious experience. There's no fewer than 3 current or former Australian junior representatives on the floor tonight.
And 7 WNBL roster players or former roster players.
Across both teams, yes, indeed. And a lot of them are very familiar with each other, having been through Dandenong. So
Nice cross by Lee there. Can't get the friendly bounce. McLaughlin drops it off to Chilcott. Crowd starting to build here at Nunawading. Still not a packed house. Plenty of seats if you want to come down. The popcorn's on. It smells delicious.
of course, the burgers here are great. So Bora is going to go to the line after a fast court break attempt was thwarted. But again, Bora's giving him something.
She is indeed, yeah. A couple of nice moves into the basket. Antoniadu coming into the play, replacing Izzy Chilcott.
And Lee steps out for Reed, who returns to the court for the Blues. Makes no mistake on the free throws. Keeps the margin below 10. But Spectres are really threatening at the minute, as we see.
Smith putting some great pressure up the floor, uses her feet to keep that one in. Some good pressure D there by Smith.
Very creative use of the feet there by Smith.
Nunawading not really throwing the pass when the player's set, just kind of throwing that's where the play says.
But with that kind of action, you've got someone like Reed. This is where, again, I'll say, I reckon they should be putting some full court ball pressure on the Spectres. Make them earn it.
McLaughlin inside with her 2. First 2 of the night for Caitlin McLaughlin.
And that was a nice strong move inside.
Again, another Nunawading big bit of full court pressure here. Good hands by D'Angelo. Great pressure by Antonia.
Ivanov tips it back out, but it's...
Great look up by Shea. And Frawley with the basket and the one.
So great hustle play by the Spectres. Sees them score and get the N1.
Good desperation by both teams. Great hands there by Ivanov. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We apologise for the last couple of minutes of that first half. The good old internet dropped out there, so we lost the feed. But we're back in action, and hopefully we can continue to bring you the whole second half as Nunawading here lead the Blues 46-32. 2 minutes left here in the half-time break. How have you seen the first half, Damon?
Look, the first half was a highly entertaining game of women's basketball, to be honest. And it was interesting to see that, in my opinion, particularly given the lack of size and some foul trouble to Sarai Taylor, that the Blues were managed to hang tough, and it was really the youngsters that helped keep them in the game. With Cassie Bora, the 17-year-old, Erin Riley, fresh off an Australian under-18 national championship with Vic Metro, certainly able to come in and contribute, but for the Blues to stay in contention, they are down by 14, mind you. It's 46-32. They are down by 14. For them to get back in contention, they really need a lot more from their import, Joanna Smith, who unfortunately just hasn't been able to get going. And Steph Reid, you know, we talked about, do you stop Steph Reid or do you stop her player, the rest of her team? And at the moment, they've done a pretty good job of slowing Steph Reid.
Yes, just the 8 points in the first half here. I'm sure Flinney will be very happy with that. Jackson with 7, adding to her season total of 20. Doing a wonderful job there coming off the bench for Frankston. But
and Taylor Lee would be quite happy with her first half, even though she's got 5 points. It's better than the donut she had last week at the minus 36.
Yep. So have we got a plus-minus on Steph Reid?
We'll get that up for you in a minute. But certainly in this second half, Mark, what do you reckon Nunawading should do to try and close this one out? Because obviously doing it quicker, sooner rather than later, means they can run the bench.
Well, I mean, Frankston went to the 2-3 zone there a couple of times in that first half, and it helped. But Nunawading still getting the bigs in down low at the top of the charge circle there, and the experience of Shearer and Pizzi, they just worked their way around. I mean, we've said it a couple of times, a bit of full court pressure from Frankston. They've been really good at getting their hand in on the ball, deflecting it away as Nunawading's transitioning down the floor. A bit of hassle on the ball carry. We saw Joanna Smith at the half court there take it and dive on the loose ball and force the jump ball. So I think if we can see them put a bit more pressure up the floor, they might get a couple of cheeky fast break points.
One of the things that really got Nunawading going for mine was the play of Izzy Chilcott. It wasn't just her scoring, it was her playmaking ability. She's coming into the second half with 5 assists and certainly done a good job. She's also got 8 points, so been involved in everything.
So just looking at the plus-minus, Nunawading, the 5 that are on the floor in Shear, Pizzi, D'Angelo, Antoniado and Chilcott, all in the positives. Unfortunately for Frankston, the best is Sarai Taylor at -5 on their current 5. And we're away in the third quarter here. Steph Reid with the nice drive and the drop to Taylor, who gets it up over.
Tough shot over Shear too.
I guess it's really make or break time for Frankston. You've got to put Taylor out there, see if you can peg back this deficit rather than have her sit on the bench for the last quarter. If there's no point if you're 20-odd down.
So 1-3-1 zone creates the open corner 3, which is off target.
I think that 1-3-1's a good job there by Coach May. Just stops Nunawading having the big be able to camp as Taylor Lee hits a big 3.
So 5 straight points to open the second half for the Blues. Gets the margin back into single digits and very quickly. So
Nunawading with the good ball moving inside from Chilcott to Shear to Pizzi.
Now we're seeing the Spectres with some full court press immediately after the score.
Smith kicks to Lee. Jackson from deep again. Oh, I thought it was going to be a fourth long basket for the night.
We were right behind that, and that didn't look like missing.
Shear kicks it to Antoniado in the corner, who makes it 3. Nunawading with 5 straight points back.
Dangerous pass. Smith gets a good transition.
Oh, and a soft foul by Shear. She'll be disappointed with that one. Don't need to waste that. That's just her first personal.
way off target with the first. Pizzy still leads all scorers with 15 points. Sheard next best with 10. And after that three-pointer by Lee, she's got 8, joining Steph Reed at that number for the Blues. And it's
Antoniadu.
I'm just having...
Just call her Rachel. Rachel.
I'm having brain fade after brain fade.
D'Angelo with 3 from the corner.
Back-to-back three-pointers by the Spectres really hurts.
Transition by Frankston again, and Smith makes them pay. Good look up by Steph Reed. Nunawading needs to do better on transition D there.
Well, it's a couple of times the Blues have really opened them up with the Spectres trying to run a full-court press.
Chilcott in the corner. Gets it to her from Antoniadu. Spots up. Can't get it to go. Shear with the big rebound.
And I think you'll find Taylor got hit in the face by Shear, and Shear just looks dejectedly at Paul Flynn. But still a 14-point margin in favour of the home side. But neither team's been able to get the ascendancy in this period.
Frankston going at Shear, who gets away with the block there. They recognise that Shear had just picked up a cheeky two and was trying to get the third one and get her sitter down. Sitting down, not sitted down. But Shear good enough to get the hand on the ball, and Nunawading end up with it.
So the Blues are persisting with the 1-3-1. The danger is, of course, is those corners. They close out Chilcott.
Feed inside to Shear. Looks D'Angelo kicks it.
The Blues do a good job defensively to get to the shooters. And they're off in transition again. Smith goes all the way.
And probably should have been a foul there. Antoniadu with the little clip on the ear.
Pizzy with a deep seal. That's tough. Misses.
Got to make that one. Frankston down in transition again here. 3-on-2, 4-on-2. Reed hits Smith in the wing and makes it count. And Coach Flynn needs a timeout to talk this one through. Transition D is really letting Nunawading down here. Frankston really pushing the tempo up the floor and making Nunawading pay.
So they cut the lead to 9, and as you said, it's transition's been getting it done. But the 1-3-1, when they've been open in the corner, of course the Spectres made them pay. But the last few possessions, they've got to the shooters, and Pizzy blew an easy layup, and they've just been off and running each possession, and Spectres just haven't got back.
I think Frankston's 1-3 run is really well set up with Steph Reed as the one down back. 1, she's smart. 2, she's quick. Really quick to close out on D'Angelo and Chilcott in that corner. Makes them second guess that 3, and then the girls are collapsing and trapping in the corner.
So Joanna Smith, we talked about her lack of scoring in the first half. All of a sudden, she's the leading scorer for the Blues with 9. She's also the leading rebounder with 6. So doing a great job to open the second half is Smith. But D'Angelo's moved up to 10 points alongside Shear and Pizzy, and we talked about that earlier. The Spectres have got 4 or 5 players around that 10 points a game mark.
And Chilcott with 8 as well.
And that's really coming to the fore. So
Nunawading shooting an impressive 57% from the field. And out rebounding Frankston 25-17. And we're back in play. Antoniadu brings the ball down for Nunawading. Hassled by Lee. Frankston stepping up and trapping the ball carrier. Shear from the foul line, can't get it to go. Jackson really working hard on the box out of Pizzy there, doing a wonderful job.
Reed trying to get herself going offensively. Chilcott gets it to the corner. D'Angelo is long. It's going to go Blues' way.
Nunawading just looking a little bit out of sorts on offense here. Rushing a little bit. 4 minutes played here in the third.
Got to give Jess May some credit.
Absolutely.
That 1-3-1 zone at the moment's thrown the Spectres out of it as Reed can't get the reverse to go. It was a very good move. Not a bad little move there either.
And Shear with the veteran move. Settles Nunawading down just off the glass.
D'Angelo did a great job of setting the table for Shear. Lee.
Good hands by Antoniadu. Can't get the steal.
Taylor, kick out.
10 on the shot clock. Reed and Antoniadu one-on-one. Great D by Antoniadu, but bites on that last step. Can't be doing that. Just contain.
Again,
Just contain.
Patience by Reed, not bothered by the shot clock winding down. Gets a friendly roll.
Kicks it to the wing. D'Angelo for three. And makes it count again. Good spot by Shear from the low post.
And that's the risk May's taking right now. He's giving up some open three-point attempts.
Again, transition.
The Blues are absolutely killing the Spectres in transition at the moment.
Still margins at 10 points, 59-49, halfway through the third here. Shear was wide open on the short corner. Chilcott with the drive, under the hoop. Pizzi can't bring it in. Saray Taylor with the rebound, kicks it to Lee.
Lee calling for the screen. Comes a little pick and roll action. Goes herself with a floater.
Probably could have given it to Jackson there. I think she'd sold her enough on that. Loose ball by Pizzi. Chilcott.
Good ball movement by the Spectres.
Good D by Reed there, and good hands by Smith. Frankston doing a really good job there at doubling the ball.
So we're seeing some substitutions by both teams. Riley and Fowler come in for Taylor.
And Reed having a breather. Not sure about that one. Well, that's why I'm a commentator, not a coach. Good hands by Smith.
Smith picks the pocket.
Again, Nunawading need to take care of the ball here. If only you got a steal call for all of those.
Nunawading's look most dangerous when they've thrown the ball around.
Frankston now back into a man-to-man. Shear inside. Can't get it to go. Frankston doing a great job team boxing out.
Riley running the court. Hands off to Fowler for the open layup, and she misses.
Good rebound by Shear.
I think Riley accidentally caught a back heel of Boyd.
Sarah Slater coming back into the game. Shear having a breather.
So maybe opting for some younger legs to go against Fowler.
That's a turnover referee. 1 point. NBL1 getting in there too.
Izzy Chilcott doing some maintenance.
Tessa Boyd coming back onto the floor. Looks at three. Can't get it to go, but gets her own board. Drops it to Chilcott. On ball by Pizzi. Antoniadu with a strong drive and makes it go.
Oh, that's super tough. Layup there.
She did that a number of times a few weeks ago against Ballarat. Had 25 or 26 points on the night. Would really love to see her do that every week. She's definitely got the skill. Caught Riley with the strong move.
Riley off a
And
curl.
a lovely make.
Nice little scoop basket by Riley under extreme pressure. That's what I mean. She looks so comfortable out there.
Good seal by Pizzi and makes it go.
And that's what she did so well in the opening term. Pizzi now out to 17 points to lead all scorers. Riley's wide open. They missed her. Guess that's the benefit of our commentary position.
Nice drive by, and drop off. Great recognition by Slater there. Gets the block on Fowler, but a nice little drop off there by Riley.
So we're going to see some substitutions again. Jackson and Smith take a break as Reed and Taylor step back in. Try to get it inside to Taylor.
Right idea. Again, hassling the ball carrier. Nunawading not protecting the dribble.
So Reed gets the poke away and Chilcott's going to be ping for a foul, trying to return the favour. So for all the work the Blues have done and certainly been in control for a lot of this term, they've only managed to eat their way by 2 points into that 14-point half-time margin.
Nice pass by Reid and good finish by Fowler.
That's just brilliant by Reid. Reid now has 9 assists.
Nice three by Chilcott. Kira Rowe coming back onto the court. Hasn't had huge minutes tonight.
No, we haven't seen a lot of her.
Just the 6 minutes so far. Is coming off an ankle injury from the last game. So I'm not sure. Good defense by Pizzy there. Riley makes the 2 though.
Wasn't phased at all. Riley up to 7 points. Matches her career high, which was scored on Wednesday night in her debut.
Solid average to start her career. Nice little spin by Boyd and makes the 2. The margin's still at 13 points here, so for all of the up and down, Frankston have only cut the lead by 1. They seem to have had a lot more of the running this quarter. Taylor for 3.
Nearly banked it in. Taylor somehow gets it back and draws a foul, and I think it's going to be on Boyd. No, it was on Slater. And that's her second. So Smith and Ivanov check back into the game for Fowler and Lee.
Taylor's done a really good job this quarter to just have the 3 fouls still. Kept herself out of trouble.
Well, pretty sure she'd want that free throw back. Misses both.
Nunawading protect the ball. Kick ahead pass inside to Slater. Goes to work on Taylor. Drops it to Shear. Kicks it to Boyd. Can't get it to go over the outstretched arm of Taylor. Into the final minute here. 47 seconds to play in the third. Nunawading up 68-55.
Riley. Oh, she's going to go all the way. Lovely play by Erin Riley. 9 points for the youngster.
Miscommunication by Boyd and Shear there. Shear thought that Boyd was going with her. Boyd thought that there was a switch. And in the end, an easy 2.
Reid
gets
with
the
active hands. And it's Riley gets her hands on it as well.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. Nunawading need to protect the ball. Frankston very good at sticking the hand in and coming away with the cookies.
There she is again. Reid pokes it loose. It's been a good battle.
Nunawading get it in this time. 12 seconds to go. Shear at the top.
5 on the shot
inside.
clock.
Chilcott. Off hands. Nunawading ball. 6 seconds left.
Only one on the shot clock. So it's going to be a quick shot here. I wonder if they go back to Shear like they did it. Oh, she's not. Yes, she is. They are. They go straight back to Shear.
That was a long 1 second.
I was going to say,
And as time runs out, Kira Rowe. Lovely look by Izzy Chilcott.
and I'm not quite sure how that wasn't a shot clock violation, but nonetheless.
A very long 1 second.
It was
a very
indeed.
long second, but we'll take it. And as we end the third quarter, Nunawading 13-point leader, 70-57. A much improved quarter by Frankston there, but could only cut the margin by the single point.
And you've nailed it. You know, they really had most of the running for that period, but weren't able to capitalise on some of the opportunities they had. And to the Spectres' credit, they hang tough. They didn't let them get away from it. A few times they threatened to they got it back to double digits, but as quickly as it happened, the Spectres were able to push it back out into double figures again. But I want to call out Steph Reid. She's got 10 points and 10 assists as we head into the third quarter. but it was a big period by Joanna Smith for the Blues as well. She's up to 11 to lead the Blues in scoring. Erin Riley has 9. But then if you look at the other side, there's a host of scorers for the Spectres. Pizzy, she leads everyone. She's got 17 points, 6 rebounds. D'Angelo has 13 points and 7 rebounds. And she's got 12. And there's a host of others sitting on 8 as well. So they've done a very good job, the Spectres, of sharing the ball around and really keeping the Blues on their toes. But for the Blues, you know, for them to be so competitive in that period was really good to turn it around a bit from that second period.
Absolutely.
It was the Spectres that got a run on. And it was a 1-3-1 zone that did most of the damage.
Yep. I mean, and Frankston are really making Nunawading play to their utmost. Nunawading are still shooting 51% from the field, 55% from 2, and 81% from the stripe.
Well, if you asked Flinny before the game if he would take shooting figures like that,
he would have said we'd win by 30.
Exactly. But on the flip side, you know, Frankston, they're shooting 43% from the field. And they're only 31% from downtown, but they have got to the charity stripe 8 of 12, so they're doing all right there. Nunawading have been just as effective, though, 9 of 11, and I guess that's why they're leading by 13 as we head into the final period here at NBL1 round 4.
I think Frankston's going with probably their best lineup of the night. Smith comes back onto the floor. You've got Reed, Riley, Taylor, and Ivanov. Might take out Ivanov and put Jackson on, yeah. But still a good lineup for Frankston here.
Oh, they've all been serviceable tonight. Ivanov fires.
And as we say that, I was going to say, if she makes that. Nunawading, a bit of full court pressure here from Frankston.
Well, this is what I wanted to see earlier. You're talking about deflections and quickness. The Blues certainly have that. And they've got a very versatile lineup on the court. Small one, but versatile.
Nunawading will need to use their maturity from the likes of Chilcott and Pizzy just to wind the clock down a little bit here. Use up their full 24 each time. Get a good look. Just keep that margin. Don't let Frankston get a 5 or 6 point run on in quick spurts.
Good ball movement
Smith
by the Blues. Inside out. And active hands by Ivanov. Keeps it alive. Almost. But Pizzy on that last lay-in, she's up to 19 points. Now threatening to go to 20. And certainly the size and presence of the Spectres tonight has seen them dominate the rebound count, 34 to 23. Otherwise, it's a pretty even matchup. And of course, coming up after this is the men.
Nunawading with a bit of a depleted lineup. A lot of players off at the 3-on-3 hustle up in Darwin. I know a couple of these girls are flying up there after their game. Oh, good look by Shear inside to Chilcott. Too long.
Yeah, Pizzy got caught.
So yeah, Nunawading without Walker, Steele,
Right
tonight.
So some of the veterans are missing tonight. Of course, Lucas Walker, the latest addition to the Spectres lineup.
Very happy with his first up performance last time against Eltham. And Pizzy with the lovely block on Reed.
And of course, Walker actually knows the Blues, having suited up a few times last season for the Blues.
Yep. So what can we expect from the Frankston men?
Well, you'll expect pace. They love to get out in the open court and run with Damon Bozeman. He is like just a steam train in the open court. Igor Hadziomировich loves the open court. You've got Lachlan Barker loves the open court. So, and of course, they do have one really big man that'll love to take it up to Con tonight, and that's Majuk.
That'll be an interesting matchup. Obviously, Majuk likes to be inside the paint. Simon will stretch him out. But we saw Nunawading's game against Ballarat against Dengakuth. The long arms really changed Simon's shot that night and really nullified his effect.
And of course,
Frawley with the nice drive and the good finish.
That was a nice finish by Frawley. Another Spectres junior making the transition to senior representative basketball. One too many passes by Reed. Probably should have taken that herself. Shear.
Inside to Shear.
I like
with a nice spin move.
That's smart by the Spectres, going straight to her with Taylor
That'll
still
be
in
a
foul
foul on Pizzy.
But going straight to Shear with Taylor still in foul trouble and having played quite a few minutes. Just couldn't get it to go. But you talk about some outs for the Spectres tonight in the men's game. The Blues are still waiting for the arrival of Dan Trist, who's also playing in Spain.
Yep. And that's a big out for Frankston.
Now imagine a front court with Majuk and Dan Trist in NBL1. That's a fair lineup, but the Blues need to get a few more wins on the board.
Yeah, same sort of scenario as the girls. 1-4 to start the season. Need a couple more wins just to have them in readiness for when Trist comes in to make that push for the playoffs.
Well, the ball went over the backboard there and everyone stopped, but the Blues continued and they get the basket. Still a 13-point margin.
Frawley in the corner.
Wide open corner.
Lovely three.
And that's how you beat a zone. Move the ball from side to side, find an open three. And did it a few times in the second period in that corner, and they've done it again early on in the fourth.
Good hands by Chilcott on Taylor. And Chew follows it up and goes all the way. And makes it count. And just like that, Nunawading's out to an 18-point lead here. 6 minutes 40 to play in the match.
It just feels like a similar scenario to what happened on Wednesday night against the Rangers. The Blues just hang tough, chipped away, and then just ran out of legs as the Rangers finished over the top. As we see, Ivanov finally hit one from downtown.
Lovely three.
That's what she did so well last season for the Blues. And first game back from injury tonight. Finally gets one to go.
Good hands by Taylor there. Just can't quite get it.
Again, the Spectres had the right idea. They moved the ball, probably just not quickly enough.
Yep. McLaughlin and Antoniadu back into the lineup for Nunawading. Shear with the spin, and Falcons herself back out of court. Shake it off and walk up the other end.
Well, there's a bit of laughter there. She can see the funny side of that. And Reed's going to check out for a break. And the youngster Bora back in.
So who do Frankston have next?
Frankston has next. That's a good question. I haven't gone that far ahead yet. Let me do my research. I'll get back to you.
Taylor with the strong move draws the foul on McLaughlin.
All right, so next week, the Blues are hosting the Tornadoes coming up from Tassie.
They're a strong outfit, Launceston. Lovely move by D'Angelo. Can't get it to go.
Had a very good time. I'd argue they had a better team last year. But certainly, the Blues are going to have a red-hot crack at them. And, of course, the Spectres, they're back here against Knox.
They are big local derby next Saturday night. I don't actually get to be here for that one. Game of the week will be the Nunawading versus Knox Raiders doubleheader.
Certainly traditional rivals. Just up the road, even closer than they've ever been now that the State Basketball Centre is literally 5 minutes up the road.
Literally 20 seconds from my house. See that beautiful building every morning.
Well, the funny thing is I live a 10-minute walk away from here, the graveyard, and I'm down at Frankston every week.
We'll have you back here anytime, mate.
I'd love to come back and call a few more games this year, but right now, Lee's going to work inside. Kick out to the corner. Taylor for three. That's rattles out. She gets it back.
Frankston just hanging around here. It's not done by any stretch of the imagination. We're back to an 11-point lead to Nunawading. Nunawading just looking a little bit out of sorts.
Well, we talked about that third quarter. There's been nothing separating either team in the second half. It's really that second term is what caused most of the damage.
As Frankston take a timeout here.
On the back of that lovely Spectres basket. And it's a 13-point margin still, so it's just been hovering around that 13-point margin for quite some time, with 4.5 to play here at the Graveyard. And again, the crowd is building. I can see there's a lot more people waiting to come in, I assume, for the men's game coming up next.
Yeah, I hope so. Big gaps up on the right-hand side of the bench. We can accommodate plenty more people here at Nunawading.
Make sure you all stick around tonight to see the Frankston Blues men's team.
NBL1, one of the best venues for entertainment. You've really gone above and beyond over recent years with the addition of the lighting, the smoke.
Yeah,
you got dances,
games. The SDS dance crew on behalf of Superhoods. Yeah, we try. I mean, we're a local association, so we're not the big bucks of the NBL clubs and things like that. But it's all about fan engagement and getting the kids down and enjoying it. It's as much about the basketball as it is about the kids having a good night.
And of course, I think it was it last year that Hector made his reappearance.
Hector made his reappearance. He'd been in the gym over the off-season, built the guns a little bit more, and you can see him down in the corner with the dance crew. So
you should be able to see him over there in the far right-hand corner under the scoreboard.
Given the size of that head, we might put him in at the 4 spot tonight.
So Smith dumps it inside to Borak, who goes left.
Good hands by Chilcott. Antoniadu out on the break. Can't get it up. Good screen by McLaughlin. Now gets it to Antoniadu. Cheeky hand by Smith. Gets the call this time. Doesn't quite get away with it.
Chilcott inbound. Chilcott's just 2 assists away from a double-double of her own.
D'Angelo from deep and gets it to go. The game doesn't deserve to break out to a 20-point margin. I think if it's around 12-13, that's probably where it should be tonight.
Reed kicks out. Taylor. Short jumpers off. And it's Chilcott now leading the break.
Can't get it out.
Smith comes up with the ball. Nearly throws it away.
Good D by McLaughlin there on Jackson.
And Reed will settle things down.
Jackson in the corner. Can't get it to go.
Big rebound by Taylor. She was sandwiched between a couple of Spectres. And she's just done a mountain of work inside.
Coach Flynn not happy with the lack of boxing out, letting Taylor get in deep and get that rebound.
So Taylor and Bora sit out. Riley and Lee step back in for the Blues.
Good D by D'Angelo there, well read. Went under the screen and picked the pocket before Smith got her hands on it.
Well, it was pretty much telegraphed, that pass, as they throw it into Shear. Nice little pass off. D'Angelo. Probably unlucky she wasn't fouled.
And
Chilcott. Great heads-up play by Smith, though. Throws it off Chilcott's leg. So I was speaking to some of the Blues coaching staff at halftime. I mentioned that Richards might be a couple of weeks away. In fact, they're hoping she might be arriving this week.
Well, that'll be a big help to the roster and definitely strengthen their lineup. Get those wins they need.
Certainly the front court, and that's where they've suffered the most. As they see, nice little handoff by Lee to Riley, who dived in. Again, just good recognition, but again, Riley getting to the right spots and really being creative for the Blues tonight.
Yeah. Coach May just getting a little bit of a warning there from the referee. I think she was talking to her player, though. Miscommunication.
She certainly was.
I don't think when you're going for 2 free throws that you're too worried that the wrong call's been made.
No, and certainly none of the other players were phased about anything, as we see the Blues probably throw.
Where was this 5 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago?
And it's really thrown the Spectres off.
Oh, well read by Riley there. Almost gets it.
The Spectres only just got it over half court. Shot clock's already down to 10. Really surprised the Spectres with that press.
Nice pass by Shear. D'Angelo, lovely dive cut and makes the layup.
And that's where the Blues have been hurt throughout the start to this season. It's when they shift the ball very quickly and they've had a diving player on the weak side and been able to feed it to them. So we see Lee for the long three. Oh! That was nice. Again, the extended pressure. Chilcott nearly loses it.
Oh, I thought she might have travelled there, but gets away with it. D'Angelo will shoot this three, and it will be no good. Good rebound by Chilcott, tapping it down to Shear, who puts in the two. Final 2 minutes here. We're Nunawading 88, Frankston 73, as Frankston are taking a timeout.
So 15-point margin, and as you said, it probably would be fitting if it was around that 13, 14-point margin. That's probably where it's at, and most of that damage was done in the second quarter.
Absolutely, yeah. Not much separating the two teams.
So D'Angelo now is the leading point scorer of the game. She's leapfrogged Pizzi.
She has crept up.
She's got 20 points, 7 rebounds.
And 5 assists to go with it.
Done it all tonight. Has D'Angelo and Beck Pizzi for that matter, but certainly Chilcott. She's been impressive as well. You said she may have had a slow start to the season. Well, she's got 11, 6 and 8 and been involved in everything.
Solid captain's performance.
Steph Reed, on the other hand, for the Blues has 10 points, 10 assists, 3 rebounds. Taylor Lee, she's got 11 points and 7 assists. Riley's got 11 points, a new career high for her. And Joanna Smith, she's got 11 points and 8 rebounds. She's a shooting guard with 8 rebounds to lead the Blues.
I think Nunawading would be very happy at only letting Reed get 10 points, but 10 assists for her and 7 for Lee just shows you they're probably out on the break a little bit too much from Nunawading's point of view.
And certainly that's one area. It was that 1-3-1 press we saw in the third quarter in particular that they caused a bit of damage. It opened them up in transition a little bit. But to the Spectres' credit, they managed just to come back with a big shot, whether it was a corner three
and
or a wide open layup.
I wasn't hoping to spoil the party too early, but I believe Matt O'Hay is playing tonight in replacement for a couple of the boys away on the 3-on-3.
Another Nunawading veteran.
394 game veteran, I think he is.
So is he going to play the 6 games to get it?
We wanted him to, but a very young family, 2 little boys, Paddy and Sully.
6 games though, come on.
6 games.
6 games.
6 games. Well, if 3-on-3 keeps going, he might rack those up pretty quickly.
Another corner three goes up and good. And Tony Adu getting it done.
I've been impressed by Riley tonight. She's definitely held her own out there on court. Bright future ahead of her.
Well, I mentioned pre-game we might expect to see some more of her tonight. We certainly have, and we've liked what we've seen. But it's been Spectres tonight. They're going to come away with a very comfortable victory. But they were made to work for it.
Absolutely, they were made to work. They're still shooting 53% from the field and 81% from the stripe. Really has come down to the rebound count. Nunawading taking that one 39-29 at the moment.
As Cassie Bora gets inside, again, the 17-year-old.
Nunawading with just the 2 extra field goal attempts.
So the Blues have got all their youngsters pretty much out in the court at the moment. Fiamengo, Jackson, Bora, Chernisov and Schonfelder. The youngest lineup they have fielded this season. Some VJBL players out there.
Absolutely, yep. Great to see them getting an opportunity. I know it's junk time, so to speak, but gets them a run and sees what the pace is like at this level.
But again, they can say, I've gone up against Beck Pizzi. I've gone up against Adu. Sorry, Rachel. I've butchered your surname tonight. All right. I feel a bit like Billy Brownless.
Good old Billy.
Chermisov inside, good position.
Good
Blocked.
defense by Shear there. As we play out the last 10 seconds here, Nunawading going to take this game 93-75 at the moment. I think we'll dribble it out. I don't expect to see a shot. Shot clock's off.
That's been a great performance by the Spectres. Managed to withstand every challenge in the second half. And yes, it blew out a little bit as we see a 93-75 final scoreline. Probably doesn't do it justice because Jess May played out her youngsters in the last few minutes.
Absolutely.
And the Spectres managed to eat away at that, but it's been a highly entertaining game, Mark.
For the Frankston fans, hold fat with this team. There's a lot to like about these young girls. They weren't shamed by any stretch of the imagination.
And we'll just run through some of the leading scorers. Well, the leading scorer of the game was Beck Pizzi, 21 points, 7 rebounds. She had 3 block shots as well. Chelsea D'Angelo, 20 points. She 3 of 5 from downtown, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. She stuffed the stat sheet. 16 points to Shear with 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Plenty of assists handed out. Chilcott, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. As you mentioned, they shot better than 50% from the field tonight.
They needed to hold that win. Frankston really made them work for it.
And Frankston had 5 players score in double figures, led by Saray Taylor, 12 points, 5 rebounds. At times was a lone hand inside for the Blues. Steph Reed had 10 points, 10 assists. He had 11 points to Taylor Lee with 7 assists as well. And Joanna Smith, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. And then Erin Riley off the bench, the youngster, 11 points, 4 of 6 from the field. And she had a couple of assists as well. But it was a highly entertaining women's game tonight.
Absolutely, and we will be back here. It's 33 minutes before the tip-off of the men's game, so have some dinner, grab a drink, and we'll be back just before the start of the men's.
Certainly was. It's not a game you're going to want to miss. Join us back here at the Graveyard in about a little over 20 minutes.